I remember back in my mid to late 20s, 1988, 1989, when there was a woman, and she had been raped, and she had this spirit of fear over her. And I finally told her one day, I was like, you need to confront this spirit of fear, you know, because this is not God's will for you to live in fear. You've been given dominion over all these spirits. It is not God's will for us, after sending Jesus and as a sacrifice for us to remain in fear. This is what Paul wrote Timothy and said, we've not been given a spirit of bondage again to fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. I remember she was telling me testimony like a few days later and saying that she went into the parking lot of the hospital where she worked, and she just yelled out, you know, and, believers need to be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. This is what Paul wrote Timothy. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. I mean, this is the faith that we're water baptized into, where the old man dies and we put on the new man, or we clothe ourselves with Christ. By faith, he lives in us and ourselves dead, because we're born of that incorruptible seed in water baptism, and then we're filled with the Spirit of promise to give us power for obedience and to be his witnesses on this earth. And we're given authority over all the power of the enemy. If you're living in fear, you're not living in the liberty that Jesus purchased for us. Perfect love casts out fear.